July 2007, we spent 3 weeks vacation in the land down under. We flew out of San Francisco in the evening of July 1st and arrived in Sydney in the early morning of July 3rd, entering the Southern Hemisphere's midwinter and stepping a calendar day ahead when the flying kangaroo crossed the equator and the international deadline. This was my third trip to Australia. I studied at Utah in the first half of the 1960s. 1974, on a work trip, I went to Melbourne, Adelaide, Cooma, Canberra, and Sydney. It was my wife, my son and his wife. This was their first journey to this country. In Sydney, we stayed at the Winson House holiday apartment at Tremont Point. A pair of parrots came to our apartment each morning and we fed them with delicious grain breakfast. One day, walking to the ferry pontoon, we spotted a sulphur-dressed cockatoo. In the afternoon, we took the ferry to Circular Quay, visited the Sydney Opera House, an icon of Sydney's structure of audacious, futuristic architecture, resembling a gigantic yacht deploying itself among the many other sail yachts on the harbour. The next morning, we took the ferry to Darling Harbour, cruising underneath Sydney Harbour Bridge, past the Rock, Australia's birthplace, and past Sydney's Luna Park. From Darling Harbour, we took the monorail to downtown Sydney, browsed the arcade boutiques, looked at the Sydney Tower through the glass roof of the arcade. In the evening, we dined at the revolving restaurant on top of the tower, viewing out on a vast panorama of Sydney by night. On the third day, we visited Australia Zoo, came into close touch with unique animals like kangaroos and dingoes, fed the wallabies, spotted the cute koalas. On the fourth day, we were treated to a reunion luncheon party with our former work colleagues. My son and his wife took a ferry ride to Taronga Zoo and Manly Beach. We had our last look at Sydney from the Jetstar Airbus heading to Hobart on July 7. In Hobart, we picked up our rental car at the airport and drove across the Darwin estuary to the city, stopping for sightseeing at the port and on Salamanca Place, where the weekly Saturday flea market was meeting. Then we drove to our holiday apartment, the Havana House, on Forest Road in West Hobart. The place offers fantastic views onto the Darwin estuary, the Utah Sandy Bay campus, and the neighboring hillside suburb of Mount Nelson. In the evening, we drove to the wharf at the port for a delicious seafood dinner. The next day, we drove on an excursion across the Darwin estuary to Sorrel onto a lookout for a view of the Royal Tasman Peninsula coastline, the scenic Bighorn Neck, vast gum forest, a landscape so typically Australian, the ruins of Port Arthur, Australia's most significant historical heritage that reminds visitors of the harsh days of the convicts imported from England and locked up in the cells of the penitentiary at this then remote place during a dark past of Australia's history. Back from the excursion, we drove to the North Hobart's fine dining district for dinner. On July 9th, we visited Utah's and my own dormitory Hilton Hall, bought souvenirs of the place. Then we drove to the airport to catch our flight to Melbourne. A former work colleague met us at Tullamarine and drove us to the Carlton holiday apartment in North Melbourne. That night, we took the train to Flinders Station, walked a few downtown blocks to orientate ourselves in the city. The next day, we drove out of Melbourne on a rental car onto the Great Ocean Road, sightseeing the southeastern Victoria Coast at scenic lookouts, then onto the 12 Apostles Port Campbell National Park. Here, on the beach, one stood 12 sandstone rocks, one being washed away by the waves, and 11 still standing, resembling the Apostles embarking onto the cliff coast. Back in Melbourne, we dined Oriental flown on Wittenberg. The next day, we had breakfast at a curbside restaurant downtown. Discovered Melbourne's last written and pedestrian shopping street, the boutique arcades and department stores, lunch at the Colin Place Mall's food court. In the evening, we were treated to a former colleague reunion dinner party, and my son and his wife met with the family of a former high school classmate and watched the toss burst on the Yarra Bank. On our last full day, we went to the Victoria Market Hall, to Footscray, sightseeing at the Southern Cross Station, the Yarra Esplanade, the Crown Casino Hotel, the Immigration Park, the structure of modern architecture around Federation Square, and of traditional one of Parliament House. At night, we dined in Italy Town. On July 13th, in the morning, we flew out of Tullamarine onto Adelaide. Peter Saunders, my on-time friend for over 40 years, met us at the airport and drove us to the Saville Suite holiday apartment. During our stay from July 13th to July 15th, we visited the Rondon pedestrian shopping street, a replica of an opal mine, an Aboriginal art exhibit, and the art gallery of South Australia. In the afternoon on July 14th, Peter picked us up, drove us to the holiday resort of Glenelg and the open countryside surrounding the city before taking us to his home for dinner. We brought back with us an opal triplet pendant and a boomerang for souvenir, and a very special happy reunion in our memory. From July 15th to the 19th, we spent our vacation in the Whitsunday region of central Queensland. We flew in on Qantas from Adelaide to Brisbane, transferred to the Daily Jetstar flight to Proserpine. We stayed at Airy Beach, the on-land coastal resort of the Whitsunday. A friendly cooking frog surprisingly greeted us upon our arrival at the Pinnacle Holiday Apartment. The following days, we cruised through the Hardy part of the Great Barrier to Hamilton Island, White Haven Beach, and Daystone Island. We viewed the multitude vibrant marine species by the reef from a submersible. We were greeted on Hamilton Island by Sulphur-Crest octopus at the wharf. Drove a Renton Gold Star around the island, sightseeing the breathtaking sceneries on and from the islands, barefoot on the immaculate white sand of White Haven Beach, saw a pair of humpback whales on their migration route from the cold Antarctic winter. Finally released the fantastic Astral Fantasy cruises on Tranquil Daydream Island. We spent our last full day in downtown Adelaide, strolling along the street, buying souvenirs and relaxing at the downtown bar. The next day, we jet out at Proserpine on the daily Brisbane-bound Jetstar flight. We took the air train from the airport to the Brisbane Rendezvous Hotel just across the street from Central Station. That night,
there's an old Australian stockman lying, dying.
For dinner.
And he gets himself up onto one elbow and he turns to his mates who are gathered around and he says, "Watch me wallabies feed, mate. Watch me wallabies feed. They're a dangerous breed, mate. So watch me wallabies feed. All together now, tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Keep me cockatoo cool, cool. Keep me cockatoo cool. Oh, don't go acting a fool, girl. Just keep me cockatoo cool. All together now, tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. And take me koala back, Jack. Take me koala back. He lives somewhere out on the track, Mac. So take me koala back. All together now, tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. And mind me platypus duck, Bill. Mind me platypus duck. Oh, don't let him go running amok, Bill. Just mind me platypus duck. All together now, tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down.